their 2026 so far, day by day, bit by bit. But I'm blessed. I'll count my blessings. The glass is definitely half full and not half empty. Well, this episode is not going to be very lengthy. It's just, what inspires me to do episodes. I already have pre planned what I want to discuss each week, but then sometimes things come across my desk or on TV or whatever the case may be. I'm like, that's a good topic to discuss. It's basically titled Don't Be a Fool. And that there's so much to say about this topic I'm going to be brief on. I'm going to keep it short and I'm going to keep it sweet. The title speaks for itself. The title speaks for itself. Well, let me just dive right in. If you're dating, women, men, if you're dating, don't be a fool. You could tell when someone is into you and when they're not. You can tell when someone's playing more than one hand. Maybe one hand, two hands, three hands, four hands, five. Who knows? But if you're dating and you're not exclusive, you're free to do whatever you want. This is cool. But people need to be honest with their intentions and with what they want from another person. When the time is right, you got to have those discussions. But one thing, if someone is trying to be deceptive and hide and they're not consistent, let me give you an example. How, with holidays, everyone went through holidays and everything like that. If someone is not trying to spend any holiday with you, it's a red flag. And they're trying to act like they're being intentional, want to build something with you, but they're not spending not one holiday with you. I'm the type of person, if you're seeing me and dating me with intention, we should be planning every major holiday together. Okay? Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's. And I'm the type of person, if you don't come through, bye. Because to me, it's a red flag if you're dating someone with intention. I'm not talking about just messing around. Well, if you're messing around with someone, well, maybe you don't know you're just messing around with someone. That's a whole nother topic. But if you're dating someone with intention, and the two of you go into it with intention, and that person, or y'all not making plans to spend holidays together, especially major ones like the Christmas, the Thanksgiving, the New Year, then that's not your boo. I was always raised to believe that the holidays usually tell who's with you and who's not. And if a person's not trying to, and I'm just gonna speak for a woman. I can't speak as a man, but I'm a woman. And if men go for what they want. And if a man is not trying to search for you and find you in the daytime with a flashlight during a holiday or any day of the week, holiday or not holiday, he's not into you. Don't be a fool for him. Move on. And I am 54 years old, and I'm the type of person, if you don't pass that sniff test of trying to spend time with me at a holiday, Christmas, New Year's Eve, Thanksgiving, you got to spend all of them with me. Fuck that. Not just one, not just all three of them. Yes. And I'm going to say something. If someone for one holiday was putting all this intentionality into it, now you set the bar. So if you wanted to spend Thanksgiving with me, or, and then the other holidays you dwindle off, I'll be thinking in the back of my mind, this person was so intentional about Thanksgiving or one holiday, you expect that same intentionality with all the holidays. And if that person does not, they better be in the hospital. But if you don't explain yourself, then that's a red flag. Okay, you were so intentional about Thanksgiving, but what about Christmas and New Year's? Wake up, guys and girls. Don't be a fool. And I'm at a point where if it were to happen to me, I'm not going to ask questions. I'm not going to hound you for answers, because a real man goes for what he wants. And like I said, men, there's no guesswork. I want somebody in my life that don't play about me. And you all should be pursuing people and allowing people to pursue you who don't play about you. And that's just what it is. There's nothing to argue about. There's nothing to discuss. Your calls will be unanswered. You might even get blocked. I'm moving on. And you're going to find out why I've been floating solo for so long by myself. And I know a lot of people could agree. So, yes, don't be a fool. Uh, Follow your instincts. You could tell when someone feels like they're shooting you some shade and not shooting shade, but they're being shady and not being true blue. As my mother said, you could always tell when there's a dead cat on the line, when someone's not being real. So people, just don't be a fool. I hear so many stories about people realizing where they stand during holidays just for these reasons I just mentioned. Someone didn't come through for them. Someone didn't invite them. Someone invited them for one holiday, maybe two, but not the other. The holidays always reveal who is down for who and who wants to be with whom. And if that's what it took for you to have your Waterloo with a person and to realize that you're going to move forward with them or not, that's great. I'm just like, let's not waste each other's time. Don't let anyone waste your time. If let's say, listen, I'm going to say something to you, and I may have said this in other podcasts. And you know how like a lot of women, and I think that was one of the rules in Steve Harvey's movie, Act Like a Man, Think Like a Lady. One of the characters, I think it was Megan Good's character, she was trying to not have sex for 90 days. There's a lot of factual stuff to that, but I'm going to even say this. You can tell if someone is really rocking with you if you want to, and if you are really rocking with someone else and y'all rock with each other, you don't even need 90 days. I'm not even talking about sex. I'm just talking about whether you're going to proceed forward with even trying to pursue a person and letting them pursue you. You can tell everything you need to know in 30 days or less. People tend to fuck up in 30 days or less. Let me just break it on down in simple terms. People tend to show and reveal their true self 30 days or less. And then once those 30 days or less have passed and you've seen some shit that you don't like, adjust accordingly. And like I said, we're the CEOs of our life. You can promote, demote, hire, fire. You decide. Don't let people waste your time out here in these streets or anywhere else. 30 days or less. Think about everything that went wrong in any dating situation or relationship that you went through. If you are really paying attention, usually you look back, damn shit, that person really showed themselves in about a week or two or three, but definitely by 4 weeks. And I'm speaking from my own personal experience. And me, sometimes when I was younger and like a fool, I still pursued it and then wondered why I ended up crashing and burning and bumping my head and being disappointed and hurt. But when I look back in retrospect, see the 54-year-old me now look back at the 20, 30, even maybe 40-year-old version of me, and I said, oh, I can see why I went wrong. And so really revealed himself in 30 days or less. And I chose to maybe ignore the signs, to still move forward with this person, knowing good and well that he was not right for me. And there were signs that I maybe chose to ignore or make excuses for, or be gaslit or lied to. But aside from that, you know when someone's bullshitting you and they're not. You know when someone's playing multiple hands and when they're not. Somebody about you, they text constantly, they call constantly, they're always trying to spend time with you, they're always present, they want you to be present. And this is just my opinion. I'm just going to say something that I've told in private company. I just feel most men cheat. I feel the younger they are, the more likelihood they are. This is just my Charlene Saab opinion. Charlene Saab's opinion. I feel men 40 and under cheat. I believe 90% of them do. I believe when men get to like over 40, I think in a lot of cases it dwindles. Maybe 70, 60%. Men 50 and over, they still cheat. especially those of them who have it in them. I just expect it to be less. In my opinion, I feel like men who are, still got it going on 50 and over, I believe like half of them probably still cheat. Now, should they at their big age? Hell no. But again, I think the younger these men are, the higher the percentage of cheating. And if you are 50 and up and still trying to rip and run, which I know plenty who do, and suspect more that do too, you need to put that shit away. And you're like 50 something, pushing 60, 60, 70. Come on. But a man's going to be a man. Don't be a fool. And this is really going to my ladies. Men too, don't be a fool for these women trying to get over on you. Because a lot of women are ripping and running worse than the dudes these days. But I'm really talking to my women. Don't be a fool. That's all for now. Thank you so much for being here with me. Enjoy some football. NFL's playoffs now, and college football, and this, that, and the third. Enjoy. Love y'all. Bye. Don't forget to hit that like, share, and subscribe. Till later. Toodles.